What's going on, everyone? I'm Cheddar Chisel. Welcome back to the channel. And today we are continuing down our What Nobody Understands About SB19, and it's Stell's turn. So last video we did was Pablo, and I want to give a few shout outs in the comments here. Shout out to Merle here. Says, I love all SB19 boys, but Ken and Pablo are my bias. These two boys have something in common. Some call them weird because they're moody, and sometimes they acted as if they are in their own world, but that traits are signs of being intelligent. Um, and yes, and typically when you don't fit the norm, when you don't do what everybody else is doing, you're going to be considered weird or judged as someone that's different. But like you said, you know, they're in their own world. Another way of saying that is they're in their own lane. They see the world in their own way, and they're not afraid to express that. And they're willing to take the criticism that comes along with that. So, yes, very intelligent. It's good qualities for sure. You know, shouts out to Naive here. Says Salamet from for supporting Mahalima. Thank you as well. I do appreciate that. Shout out to B6 here. Says Ken next, Jetta. You know, God bless you and your whole family as well. We've already did Ken. Ken was the first one, so go ahead and check out the playlist. They are definitely in there as well. Shout out to Isel. Never end my day without checking whether you have a reaction video to our boys. Love from Hong Kong. Hey, love right back to you from Washington State over here in the US. I definitely appreciate you guys. Always seeing you comments. And the support is amazing. Shout out to Mask Wife. Been asking for this for quite some time. Definitely her biased, selfless leader and humble guy. This is a great way to describe Pablo. Selfless and very humble. Absolutely. Let's see. I do want to give a couple of shouts out here in the comments as well. I do appreciate everybody's love and support here. These comments really, I love reading y'all's comments. I read every single comment. And a shout out to User here. Says, thank you for appreciating Pablo in your video. He's always saying, I'm not a genius. I just work harder. And I believe his passion to his craft moves him further to excel. Pablo is one of a kind, one in a million. You know, and that's just it, right? You know, the reason why people call him as a genius is because he works harder than everyone else, right? So when you put in the work, you put in the hours, you're gonna be a genius amongst men because they're just not doing the amount of work that you're doing. This guy Pablo, he never stops. He's always he's always working. So, you know, he's developed what he has. You know, he wasn't born this way. He he was born with gifts, but he worked and he strives for excellence, like he says, right? And this guy has a never give up attitude. He's been through a lot in his life, and he's definitely earned this title of a genius for sure. And you're welcome for the reaction video. Absolutely. Shouts out to Lynn Mays here. Quite a good read here. I loved reading this. We get fascinated watching Pablo during interviews and performance gaps where he sometimes would space out, fidget a lot. He is always restless, hence you would see him physically leaning to one of the members or holding. He tends to cling to his brothers, and of course, them being together for a while now, especially Stell. Yeah, and as I'm watching the vlogs, you know, I've noticed that Stell is always there for any one of his brothers to lean on. He's like, either Stell's leaning on them or they're leaning on Stell. Like Stell is that guy. Like when everybody's feeling down and everybody's feeling tired and like things are getting tough, Stell is the one that will take on their burden for them and boost them up. And you know, he is the battery, you know, for this group to excel. So I definitely love this read here. This is really good. So thank you, Lynn. I appreciate you've had a few comments that have stood out to me, and I really appreciate it. Um, yeah, right here. Shout out to AB, says Pablo is such an amazing person, a visionary, genius lyricist, God fearing, and humble person. Yes, he is. He is all of this right here. And every time we watch an interview, you know, they always say how humble they are because they're always giving the credit to the other people. And yes, he is a man of wisdom. Shout out to you, Moody, for sure. Shout out to Peekaboo. I appreciate you diving into each of their stories. I hope you enjoy their music genuinely. I think everybody knows that watches my content knows that I enjoy their music and genuinely, and I enjoy them as humans genuinely. So thank you. We appreciate you as well. Absolutely. Pablo once said he actually loves working behind the scenes. I'm sure he does. This is probably his comfort zone, being behind the scenes, being in the studio, being behind the computer, and making these sounds that we love for sure. But yeah, thank everyone in the comments here. Just so much love and support. Amazing comments here. Um, yeah, it just all of this keeps me motivated and it keeps my confidence up, guys. So thank you. Keep it coming. I eat it up. All great comments here. But without further ado, let's check this out together, shall we? Let's drop a like on this. And you know, we can't do these without giving a shout out to Casual Chuck. He created this. I'm sure it took a lot of time. So thank you, Chuck. I hope you're doing well.
Hoy, malapit na graduation namin. Eh di hoy, congrats!
Stell, look, nag-send ka ng stars na tatlo.
Kaya nga ako nagtatrabaho sa SB19 kasi kailangan ko din eh.
Kasi pumunta ako doon, kumbaga, para ipakita ko ng skill ko. Pero yun talaga pa rin yung napapansin ng mga tao.
Yeah, so this is the criticism that he had to go through in the beginning.
A lot of people dream about the perfect life Stell has, full of love, talent, and people who support him unconditionally. Stell's life seems flawless, but behind it is a different reality. For years, Stell's talent seems to have been ignored, and some haters even resort to seeing him as the group's visual whole. So in today's video, it's his time to shine because he obviously and rightfully so deserves it.
He does. This man, Stell brings so much to the table. We're gonna let Chuck take his perspective on it, and then I'll give my 2 cents along the way. But this guy is if not the most important piece to SB19 in so many ways possible. Yeah, it just doesn't work without Stell.
Stelvester Ajero's adventure started in Las Piñas City, Philippines. Aside from singing, Stell's parents...
What a cool first name, Stelvester. I love that. And I seen a different interview where his mother got his name from Sylvester Stallone, a famous actor. I think it's a great name.
Also loved watching classic Hollywood action movies, so he was named after Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, here we go.
He's the eldest child among 3 siblings. Stell has been dancing ever since he was a kid because his parents used to ask him to dance in front of their relatives at family gatherings. Stell grew up as a happy and playful kid.
Is that Stell?
In fact, he was very good in children's games such as Habulantaya, Tagu-Taguan, Takyan, and even basketball. There was a time when he was playing basketball with Ivan, his younger brother, and he did a nasty crossover that sent his brother disoriented into a parked car, giving him a big lump on his forehead. And you might not believe this, but Stell has a grandma who can see ghosts and even revealed that she used to see a headless child figure in their restroom. There was also an instance when Stell got possessed by a paranormal entity, which led to him having a fear of ghosts since then.
Interesting, okay. So he's had some paranormal experiences,
Stell had
like
his
myself.
high school days at St. Mark's Institute, and he was very active as a student. He had multiple extracurricular activities like joining the school choir as the only male soprano and also joining the dance sports club performing ballroom dance and even Filipino folk dance, which
Oh,
explains why
wow.
he performs tinikling so effortlessly. In his second year,
It's
he
his
joined
life,
a
yeah.
hip-hop dance club called Campus Image Revolt, and this was when he started winning. They won the Sketcher Street Dance Battle Year 3 and also became a finalist the next year after. This was
How
Stell
old was
at
he?
13 years old.
Oh, 13. Thank you, Chuck.
And he was already this good? Sheesh!
Yeah.
After high school, he studied college in STI Makati for a degree in hotel and restaurant management. This was when he enhanced his talent in cooking and baking. Yup, he can do that too. As expected, he kept dancing in college. Some of his crewmates from Las Piñas even followed him there. Just check out this cool tryout clip. Some people had no idea how good Stell already was. I think he was with Jello of Yara here if I'm not mistaken. People were teasing him at first, but when they started dancing, they went speechless. See for
Yeah.
yourself.
1, 2, 3. Nice,
The man can dance. Hey, let's go. Nice. Is this him at 13?
Yo, Stell can even breakdance? Sheesh, guys.
Let's go. Let's go. Nice. Yeah.
After that, he went on to become a part of STI Makati's dance image and won the national championship in 2011. And you know what's crazy?
Man.
He did all that while working at McDonald's and teaching dance to kids with special needs, which is a clear testament of Stell's
This is crazy. I had no idea Stell did all of this. Man, he's been doing this his whole life, this entertainment thing. Okay, I get it
sincere
now.
love and patience for kids. But with many great deeds comes a heavy price. Stell's body took a toll as he had been overworking himself, resulting in yearly developing acute pulmonary edema. Almost all of his extra money he made went straight to his hospital bills. Stell had to stop everything he was doing in order to recover, and his aunt offered to fly him to Japan to become a babysitter for his younger relatives. He
Wow.
stayed there for 6 months.
6
which
months in
explains why
Japan.
he can speak Nihongo.
Hasta gakko ga arimasu ka? No, nai.
This brings us to another
I
crazy
didn't know
story.
that. Interesting.
Stell's aunt had a rich Japanese friend who took a liking to Stell's overall personality and attempted to arrange a marriage with him. This friend had big
marriage?
businesses and was already set up for life. So if Stell said yes, it would have been a good decision. But instead, Stell said no and chose to go back to the Philippines instead to chase his dreams. He met his former crewmates
Interesting.
again and then later formed Se-Eon.
Okay.
Because of their experience and winning mentality, they immediately found success by winning multiple local dance competitions. They competed in every
Hold on. Man, that shows a lot of Stell's character right here. Like he could have taken the easy route there. It was basically here handed to him, and he said, "You know what? I have my own passions, my own dreams, my own aspirations, and this sounds amazing, and it's probably a smart decision, but I'm gonna go for my dreams." Ah, Stell,
dance
let's go,
contests they
boy.
knew and won most of them.
What a
And
bold
because
move.
of that, they started gaining fans. One of those fans was Josh. It's actually quite
What an
obvious just
interesting
looking at his
picture of him.
past tweets. Stell's performances sparked Josh's passion for dancing, so he started training
Hey.
himself and eventually was taken under Stell's wings. Josh was technically older than Stell, but he saw him as his big bro because he knew for a fact that there's a lot to learn from him.
These two guys.
Fast forward to late 2013, they became official co-members and went on to win multiple international titles.
Okay.
One of their biggest breaks was at K-pop festival in Incheon in 2014. Their whole stay and the competition itself was televised, and I'm telling you, there were moments that straight up just proved how much of a monster Stell already was. One part of the show was the mentoring session where renowned Korean choreographers would judge their dance routine.
단순한 동작이 돋보이는 필리핀 방탄소년단 커버댄스 팀.
And Stell's group was the only one that impressed them.
너무 잘한다고 생각했는데 표정에서 힘이 든 게 너무 드러나는 거예요. 유지하는 게 중요할 것 같고 처음에 초반에 이렇게 하는 부분 있잖아요. 딱딱하게
Yeah,
잡는 거
the
말고
facial expressions.
부드럽게 해야 하는 부분에서 조금 더 부드러운 느낌을 살려야 될 것 같아요. 그거를 염두를 해가지고 연습을 하면은
It's true, it's true.
봤을 때 더 좋은 무대가 될 것 같아요.
It gets crazier when they played the dance relay game with the K-pop group Fiestar. Do you know what Stell did? He single-handedly and accurately danced each random K-pop song that were given to him. Just take a look at their reaction.
Let's go, boy. They're all.
완벽한 안무 재현에 강한 힌트가 될 포인트 안무까지 듣자마자 어깨를 들썩이게 한 그야말로 에이스 B팀의 최고 에이스 팀원. 이번에도 정확한 안무를 보여줍니다.
They couldn't believe it. We pretty much witnessed his visual, auditory, and kinesthetic memory being already on a different level, even at the earlier stages of his career.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was
Fast forward to
doing
the
all this
final
at
show,
such an early
Stell
age.
and Josh killed it and won it all. Stell was asked what his dream was, and here's what he said.
My dream is to dance with my favorite idol, 방탄소년단.
Later that night, that dream came true.
Later
It's
that
so
night,
crazy how powerful a person's will could be to the point that he can make things happen. So after that, Se-Eon kept competing locally and eventually crossed paths with the other would-be SB19 members. Not as friends,
Pablo,
but as
Ken.
competitors.
okay, yeah.
Show BT then held an audition which led to forming the greatest P-pop group ever assembled in the history of Filipino music. Their start was not smooth sailing. In fact, there was a point when all of the other members quit and it was only Stell who remained.
Only
He
Stell.
kept training despite what happened and Justin joined him from time to time while studying. This went on for weeks until the other members decided to come back. If you want to know more about their story as a group, check out the SB19 story series I made. Link down in the description.
It's a
You
good
can also
one,
join the
yeah.
highest tier membership of the channel because not only you are credited as an executive producer, but you're also helping the channel and producing stories that deserve to be heard, just like SB19 stories, for example. So having all those positive things said about Stell, why does he still have haters? What is it that people don't understand about him? For me, it's simple. They're just jealous. These people choose not to attack him on his talent.
You know what? A lot of people, a huge, vast majority of people, they just focus on negatives and things that they can't do themselves or things that they are not themselves. They're going to project on other people and try to make fun of them for it or hate them.
Because they're obviously no match against it. Just take a look at this clip.
Wow. Oh, he did this for Disney? Wow.
So instead, they attack him on his
Okay.
physical appearance.
I'll be honest, only Joe Kentian have passable visuals. Most casual viewers would react the same way too. I'd suggest plastic surgery. Why not? It's 2020.
Stell couldn't help but respond to it, and his reply broke my heart. Hello, I'll also be honest. I know I'm not handsome, I admit it. But as I've always said, I'm here to show my talent. If I didn't pass in your eyes, it's okay as long as my teacher passed me. Good morning and have a nice day. The comment of the fan didn't make sense at all. I mean, is this not passable for her?
Bruh,
on, man.
this guy is incredibly handsome, but he's being super humble about the situation, and he's letting people know that his looks they come second to his hard work, passion, his love for what he does, and his skills and his talents. I like what Stell
Not
said
only
there.
is Stell beautiful outside, but also in the inside.
He
He
is,
even
yeah.
inspires every people around him, and Josh is the living proof of that.
Hi, Stell. Happy birthday. Honestly, hindi ko alam saan mag-start. Pero,
When was this?
nakita ko
How old?
lahat ng paghihirap mo ever since from the start. Simula na nakita kita,
I idolized
na
you.
kita, ikaw yung nagbigay sa akin ng
You gave me
para
inspiration.
maging performer. Kasi, kung wala namang Se-Eon, walang Stell. Diba, hindi ako makakarating dito kung nasaan ako ngayon. Nung una ko kayo nakita, super na-amaze talaga ako tulad ng paulit-ulit ko sinasabi.
Stell's trying not to get emotional.
At yung ina-idolize ko, feeling ko yung talent ko talaga pang world class talaga. Walang,
World class talent.
ano ba, wala. Ang hirap sabihin ng word, pero talagang, alam mo yun,
He's trying to hold it back.
hindi basta-basta mapapantayan. Alam ko, tiwala ako sa'yo.
I trust you.
Kahit saan, I mean, diba? Kahit anong klase ng performances, alam ko kaya natin, kaya mo. Dahil ganun ako tiwala sa. Ayun, I hope you enjoy your day. Sana matupad pa natin yung mga pangarap natin. Marami pa tayong pagdadaanan at marami tayong pinagdadaanan as of now. Pero alam ko na pagsama-sama tayo, nagiging okay din lahat, kakayanan natin lahat. Ayun, Stell, happy birthday. Wishing you all the best. You deserve all the love.
Wow, Josh. Yeah. Yeah, he was holding it back.
At this
long
point,
as he
you
could.
probably already realized that Stell is an ultimate husband. Imagine yourself waking up in the morning with him serving breakfast. Breakfast made by a man who can cook and bake. Someone who can sing
Yeah, like I've been watching the vlogs and the show breaks from the beginning over on Patreon, and the relationship between Stell and Josh is awesome. It's so good.
you to sleep using his heavenly voice, or take you on the dance floor. A guy who can teach you how to breakdance or conduct voice lessons for you. An actor, a choreographer, a singer, a rapper, a natural comedian. Someone who can easily do them impromptu. Yes, I mean freestyle.
Yeah,
A God-fearing
he
person
can.
and a philanthropist. Sometimes it makes me think, Stell must have been outside when God summoned the rain that grants unlimited talent. Because that's exactly how most people would describe him. But you know what? I actually don't believe that. Because of his story, I learned that Stell worked hard for everything he has achieved today. There was
Yeah,
a point in
he
the
works
story when
hard.
he was
Yeah,
already a winner, and all he gotta do was to get married. But instead, he decided
He
to
chose
love
the hard
himself
route.
enough to want better.
yeah.
Decide better, seek better, and move in the direction of something better.
Yeah.
He decided to ask himself, what is the next level of me? Am I done evolving? The things he
No.
accomplished were already in the past. They were over. He realized that he can't get points today for the things he's done yesterday. He started living while making a statement every day. He wanted to become the things that he sees. He had problems with his education, but he never complained and instead put in the work. He became selfless. He's now living his life with a sense of purpose, and he wants to make a difference in everybody's life and everybody he
And I love how Chuck uses the word living life with a sense of purpose. And I just had this conversation with a coworker recently, and we were talking about some things. And one of the things about being a man is our purpose. And as long as we have purpose, things are gonna be okay. No matter how many struggles we go through, as long as we have our purpose, we're good.
comes in contact with. Simply put, he refuses to be another man who lives his life with no significance. This brings us to his favorite praise. Be your own reason to smile.
Yeah, let's go, Chuck. That was good. That was good. Yes, I have to agree with pretty much everything that Chuck has spoken on when it comes to Stell. From what I've seen so far, you know, from everything from what I've seen so far, and you know, going into the vlogs and the show breaks from the very beginning, this guy, he is the battery for this group. When this group is down and they're going through a tough time, he's the guy that uplifts them and keeps them moving and a grooving. He's the one that's always bringing life to the party. Like he said, the group disbanded and Stell was the only one. He stayed. No matter, like, even though it disbanded and it all came apart, he remained. He kept hope. And that's the type of guy he is. He is the type of person who will create his reality. And no matter what anybody says, no matter the amount of criticism, he probably receives the most criticism amongst the members. Um, but he's also the one that holds everybody together because it means a lot to him. And it's crazy to gather this new information about Stell, um, because it just showcases of why he is the way he is now. And he surrounded himself around these boys, SB19 members, and everybody has benefited from being around Stell. Stell brings so much to this group. This group is full of talent, but Stell is not only is he filled with talent, but he's filled with a good heart, and he takes care of his fellow members, and they can all rest on his shoulders, and he keeps their emotions in line. And whenever things are difficult, Stell is there to bring him back up. So yeah, really, really good. I'm glad we're here. I believe the next one's going to be Josh and then Justin. So really excited to get into the other members. But this is a Patreon member request. Shout out to Gilbert making this happen. If you guys like this video, drop a like, comment down below, please. I love reading y'all's comments. Subscribers, we're at 13.3K. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your support. Patreon members, without you, this doesn't even work. If you want to support me, Patreon is the best way to do it. I have a ton of exclusive content. And if you want me to react to something, that is the best way to get me to do it. And I'm on to the next one, guys. So I love each and every one of you. Keep fighting. Peace.